Washington, elegant and special for its name. But that's not the only reason. Here, many sights are to be sought and seen by the eyes of many travelers and tourists who come here. And in this documentary, I will tell you how we are destroying what we sought after in this great land and how we can save it all with just the simplest of actions. The lush green bushes of this forest here provide diversity and thickness among this forest's ever-growing ecosystem of plants and other various organisms. From the wheat fields of East Washington to the great national parks of the West, these beautiful evergreen trees stretch miles across Washington state and have been here before our first settlers laid down their feet on this very soil. These trees provide a lush environment of various forests for all to flourish and prosper underneath their very leaves and branches. Take these blackberry bushes, for example. Yet, ironically, these bushes flourish without much tree cover as there's only one tree capable of near them. These bushes have come here to Washington by way of man-made transportation. Nonetheless, they provide great food and scenery for Washington's beautiful and natural scene. While the blackberries are put to rest, other berries are still available during the long winter for the wildlife still roaming the snowy hills and forests looking for food, such as this male hummingbird here. This hummingbird and many other birds roam various sites that can provide them with sustenance during the harsh winter, such as this stream here that still runs fluid through the icy terrain shown around it. But these sites of sustenance for these animals can often be plagued by our very small littering choices that we make every single day here in Washington state. This stream of still liquid water is actually fed by the local sewer and waste system, the same exact system that's connected to our toilets and sinks that we use every day in our very houses. The average time we use the bathroom are 6 to 7 times a day. Think about that. Also, this stream is not the only body of water connected to the system. Around many forests and other streams, these systems allow for the spread of potential wastes that could be hazardous to the environments they enter through. These streams travel far, going through many biomes until eventually heading to sea. The vast sea carries all sorts of natural substances that can be considered harmful, but the wastes that we let flow to the sea have not been adapted to by the fauna and sea life that live in the sea. Many things like trash and oil plague the sea and harm creatures who dare touch them. This has been the reason for many populations to drop, all thanks to boats like this ferry here, which are among the types of boats that are likely to leak oil, which can cause considerable damage to the environment surrounding them. Not only oil, but other land materials as well. Rocks and wastes used for buildings, houses, and foundations, as we see. There are huge piles of this rock and building material that get mined from the earth and are used daily in the industrial economy. This can be very much help to the decrease in earthly resources and what we need to keep walking on this very planet. These types of economic businesses work day and night, pushing out forests to make room for the houses that we live in today. Too much, however, is getting removed, even for little houses like this yard. Eventually, property is lost, and old industrial sites become lost to nature where little to no forests may grow back. This has happened over the vast state of Washington and can lead to many areas of beautiful trees and fauna to be removed in the favor of our industrialism. And sometimes it's hard to fix the problem because the states put trespass signs in front of the dirty garbage littering almost everywhere in this abandoned site. Even sometimes the mess we leave behind is not cleaned up and is instead guarded. So how, you ask? How can we solve these problems in our own state? Well, here is an industrial aqua site, but not like many others. Here a fish nursery is kept in order to grow the fish that are native here. Here the fish prosper in the wide space they naturally live in order to reproduce and keep their species going for a long, long time. This is yet proof that our industrialism can be our answer, rather than the problem itself. This is one of many examples we can improve in order to better our future in this very state. It doesn't even have to be industrial. Here is a prime example of the littlest things making a difference to better our future. ridding the environment of litter that was not even supposed to be there to begin with, just because of people. These people reflect the best of what community members can be. You can start too as well, kind of like me. Near me is a recycling center that has local opportunities to get rid of your waste in a way that the environment around you doesn't have to suffer from. This has led to many people coming in and out effectively using these ways of dumping to properly decrease the amount of litter. Many of these centers have been built around the communities of Washington, and this is an example of how many other people have seen this problem, and our state community is starting to see the big picture. And so can you. So please, take a moment to think about the future of our environment. Remember, we need it to survive, but it also needs us to survive as well. The difference between a destroyed environment and preserved Washington come down to us as the people of this state. It's up to us to make the best future possible for everyone. Thank you for watching.